Hello, this is my first attempt to show you something about my project Matisse, and I want to guide you through what I did in Ableton Live. This track was made in February, so it's quite a while ago. Let's jump into the project. I'm going to give you a listen. Basically the track starts with this guitar. It's actually a sample. This is the original. I pitched it up, cut away the high frequencies, and it sounds like that. Yes, and back then I wasn't very happy with this lick, so I put it into the simpler of Ableton. You have this in the instrument sections. You have two different ways to handle samples, and I always use the simpler. And then I dragged in this recording, and then I played around. I pitched up, cut away the lows, the highs, and then I played around. So, and this is what came out. Yeah, and then I had something going on. Let's listen to the final version of this. It's a bit different. Yeah. There's some notes in between. And what I did then was, playing around with the drums. I used a kick, and I found this maybe in Splice, but I don't remember anymore. Yes, I use Splice for finding my kicks, and there you have several sounds which you can bring in here. Just download them and drag them on this drum rack. For the drum section, I use the drum rack and put in different instruments there, and then let's see. Had a different snare in the beginning. I play around with this, and here you can see what there's also different things going on. It's always interesting to look back what I did. Okay, there are some things going on. Stop it. Yes, and then I built this track up and just made a drum bass, so we can listen to that. Let's bring in the guitar again. So I think it has a good hip hop feeling. I like these hats that are giving a straight vibe that you can bounce to. And I just want to show you what guitar I'm using, if you are interested. I'm using this Equiphone Joe Pass Emperor jazz guitar, and after that there comes the bass guitar. We're gonna have a listen to that right now, because this is what I did next. Yeah, the bass guitar is a bass line bass which a friend lended to me. It's quite nice and works well on anything. And this is something that doesn't need to have a lot of, just made a weird EQ, put out the low end till 40 Hertz and gave the kick some space around here at around 80 Hertz, and yeah, and then pulled out the muddy stuff around 50 Hertz, and yeah, around 3000 Hertz I cut away the high frequencies completely. So we can listen to a before and after sound. Let's turn off the EQ. You don't really have this much difference. So what's next? I guess there's some, you hear this jazzy element, the horns. These are also this is also a splice sample, which I pitched, let's hear it, pitched 13 steps, and let's hear it again. Yes, that's quite different. I personally, my opinion about samples is I don't like to use samples or loops that much, because you don't know how many people in the world have used this before you. So I always take little tiny things out of a sample and I pitch them, and I gave it some overdrive and quite a hard delay. So let's turn off the delay and hear it without in the original version. Yes, and then I made this delay on it and pitched it up. This again. So I think I have something unique now that fits well to the track. In the beginning there's only I don't know, it's just this tiny piece of the sample. Beep. And yes, let's listen again to when it all comes together, but later on. Yes, so I'll hear a fault, and that's why the guitar was not right. The sample was not right here. So now it should work. A main instrument is also the piano, and I used a mini grant for that. This nice plugin that actually looks like this. I think I got it on a Black Friday cyber sale or something. Quite cheap at that time. Yeah, let's listen to the piano. Yeah, very simple, just a bit more melody here. What I tried to achieve was just to fill in the gaps, not everything is competing at each other, just a little bit in between. Okay, we have another guitar in there. There are a lot of tracks that are muted. Guess I made a lot of more in the beginning, and then I just muted everything. Here's a guitar that's adding somewhere. Let's listen. Guitar add here. Just I don't know what I did and why I took it. Okay, it's just giving the sample some more okay, I leave it. I don't know why I did this. Just take me. Let's see. Ah, yes, this is something. Just a small line. Again, let's listen to all. Nothing much. Yeah, I didn't. Maybe I can tell you a little bit about plugins now. The kick gets a wave plugin. The E-channel plugin. I don't know. It's not my go-to plugin for that, but at that time it always changes what I'm using. So at that time I really wanted to figure out why everyone is talking about or using this SSL plugin by Waves, and for me now it's too complicated. I have too many knobs, and but the kick came out very well. Let's listen without. It's not much different in the sound, just a bit more compressed, I guess. And I gave it a bit more boost at 80 Hertz. As you remember, I turned down the bass guitar at 80 Hertz and I gave the kick a bit more. Let's just turn this off and this. And with EQ, I like it. Works well. Don't need anything else. And again on the snare, I used again an E channel. This is with the plugin and this is without. Here you can see just took away all the low end information of the snare. I don't need this below 200 Hertz. And how I do this is just to hear at to listen to the snare and see where it starts to sound different. Here is too much information away, and I guess I felt safe around here. Before there's nothing else that I need. Okay, let's have a look at the hi-hat. And the hi-hat just has an EQ on it. Let's listen without the EQ. So basically it got a little bit more lo-fi touch when I take away the high informations. And that's it. You can also hear this open hat. There. And this has I tuned it down 7 steps. The original sounds like this, and now it sounds like that. Okay, you can see I made a drum bass. Then it has also has an E channel on it. Then it has this compressor. The G master bus compressor is actually something that I use a lot on drums to pack them the more, that they work together well, and I make sure not to go beyond 4 dB compression. Yes, and I don't know what's going on. That second one again. Wow, 2. I don't know, maybe someone kills me for that, but I put another on it. Just let's turn them off. So everything sounds more glued together and has more punch. Oh man, so what's next? The guitar sample has a CLA compressor on it. See if I can pull it over here. What's going on here? Let's listen to it. I think the CLA does so much magic to my guitar. Even if you don't see anything going on here, like the needle is not moving, but it just sounds fuller. And what I do is just load a preset. It's not responding very well right now, but over here you see just electric guitar, and then just some tiny adjustments around here, and it works perfect for me. And that's what I mean. There's tons of compressor plugins or ways to achieve something that you like, but I feel well with simple solutions and that are just helping me in my workflow. Here I tried another compressor, but I obviously turn it off. Just delete this, and then I put on this vinyl free plugin from Isotope. This is helping my guitar to sound more lo-fi-ish. Let's listen again without. It starts to wobble. And this is just because of the warp. You can experiment just a bit with this, and I feel comfortable with, in this track, around 40%. And then I got some EQing on there. Again, the low end is this part doesn't compete with the bass and the kick, and I don't need the high frequencies around here also. And I guess I made some automation on the filter. We can have a look at that. Yes, in the beginning I filtered the guitar to make something like an intro. Not much, just a bit. And let's go to this. This is I muted this line. Don't know what this is. Let's have a listen. Okay. Yeah, I just muted it. Just didn't fit very well. And another CLA compressor on the second guitar, and EQing only with this at the piano. Also just EQing it a bit. Also not much. No compressor on the bass, and the horns have overdrive and Valhalla Supermassive, which is a very cool plugin, but right now at this moment, as I told you in the beginning, this track was made in February. I was using Supermassive Valhalla for some things. Now I have different plugins that I'm using. It's free, so get it. Valhalla Supermassive. These are also muted tracks. So this whole track is very simple and has a vibe, I guess. And that's everything else was just too much. So I just kept it simple and yes, and what was going on here to give this hi-hat more flow, I was to just cut away some parts to have also space and variation in the hi-hat line. Muting here and over here, just take parts away to keep it interesting and to have this sampling vibe. And that's it. I guess that's the project. Let's just have a look at the master channel and then I'm done. Yes, so what I really love is in the iZotope suite, I think I have a mix and master bundle from iZotope, is this total balance plugin. And I'm using this a lot on my mixes. Okay, so the camera was cutting the video at the end. I hope you liked this tutorial, and please leave a comment, a like, or some questions if you like, suggestions you have for me. And see you soon with new releases coming. Mostly like every 2 weeks, and yeah, on Spotify, so keep in touch. Bye.